Full disclosure, I fucked this up. Wire stuff smells good. There's like glue residue from the fucking tape. It's reflecting off the sun in here. Don't look at that part. And then see the finished product. And there's some water. Cool. Full disclosure, I fucked this up. But that's what the practice panel is for, so I'm not too upset about it. The purple, the first run, as you can see, it came out super globby, which is not good. The gun was adjusted way wrong, and I had it on the same adjustments for just the normal 1.4 tip, and so I switched out for 1.8. I thought I got it adjusted right for the snow cone, but I realized I had the wrong needle in the gun. I didn't realize there was a separate needle for the bigger tip, which actually makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Whatever. Again, that's exactly what this is for, so I can make these mistakes here and not on the bike. So now I know what I need to do it correctly. So with that, I am going to go ahead, get the gun reset up, and I'm going to spray some clear. That's why I don't have my glasses on, because I don't like wearing them out here when I'm spraying. I'm going to go ahead and spray a couple layers of clear on here. And then I'm going to sand and polish this thing just like normal. See if I can get this thing to pop really well, or if it's, you know, irreparable. The only bad thing is I can't really tell how the purple flake is going to look because it's super globby on here. And I kind of like this other flake a little bit better anyway. It's a lot more depth of color in it, and the way the frame is being powder coated, I think this snow cone flake is going to look a lot better. So yeah, let's go ahead and get some stuff mixed up. Throw a couple layers down. It's been a few days since the clear coat went on. I wanted to give it plenty of time to dry. I made that mistake on my Dyna when I painted that. I didn't let the clear coat cure long enough, and essentially the vapors ended up seeping through the clear coat and causing swirl marks and inconsistencies. That's what the guy from the paint shop told me. So I went ahead and let this dry for a few days, so it should be plenty cured. So as you can see, there's two colors. This side here is the snow cone color. I got a couple sun ray panels here, and then the lace. This one came out really well. And then on the other side is the purple flake. Did not turn out nearly as well. I didn't have my gun set up right, and it came out in giant splotches and almost has like a rhino liner texture to it. But with the way I'm painting the frame, or the frame is getting powder coated, I'm probably going to end up going with the snow cone, the more multicolored flake, just because I think it'll work better with the frame. But I'm going to give both of them a fighting chance. After talking to a couple buddies of mine, they both gave me some good ideas, some good recommendations, and some good advice as to what order to do this in. I thought it was just base coat, second color, and then airbrush, and then flake, and then clear. But it's actually quite a bit different than that, or can be quite a bit different than that. So I'm going to try that and see how that works out, because I think this flake is actually washing out the airbrush details a little bit too much. And then with the black on purple, it's kind of two dark colors contrasting against each other. So I need to try to get the black to pop as much as possible while still having the purple. I'm going to go ahead and polish and sand and polish this like I normally would. I'm going to start at about 500 grit and go all the way up to a 3000 grit Trizac. And then I also got this fucking sweet ass Milwaukee sander buffing tool. It's basically a battery powered DA sander. And I also got the same cutting and polishing compound I used on the Dyna. Yep, time for some wet sanding, some polishing. that's going to be about it for sanding and polishing. This Milwaukee little sander here made a pretty big difference. It got this thing pretty glossy, as you're going to see. But yeah, again, don't take anything I say or do as gospel by any stretch of the imagination, because I'm still very, very new to the painting thing. I'm always looking for advice and, you know, taking in advice with an open mind and everything. I'm just kind of going off of things I've read, things I've seen on YouTube, and things I've been told by friends who are experienced in the painting world. But I got this pretty glossy. It's got a pretty good mirror finish on it. I know I said I was going to give both sides a fair shake. I tried, I couldn't. The purple flake that went on in globs would not get knocked down with any sandpaper, short of going to like an 80 grit or 120 grit and just, you know, going back down to the base coat. So I'm not even gonna bother with that. Snow cone side, I'm pretty sure got me what I want, other than the few minor tweaks that I'm gonna do. It looks a lot better than, you know, just the clear coat. I got rid of some of that orange peel that I had, some of the inconsistencies from the flake. The only thing I can't get rid of is there's like glue residue from the fucking tape that I've been wiping and wiping, and the shit will not come off. I may just have to get some acetone or something, and just very few swirl marks actually, which I'm fucking super proud of myself about, because I had a huge problem with that on my Dyna. But yeah, I'm gonna get this thing waxed, go outside, hit it with the sun. As you can kind of see here already, never mind, no you can't. This is the one I did up here. Again, not perfect by any means, but it's pretty glossy. So I'm gonna go out, hit it with the sun, let this thing shine. You can see how much of a rhino texture, like rhino lining texture that has. That's not swirl marks, that's that tape glue. So I'm gonna get the rest of that crap off and then see the finished product. And there's some water. Cool. So I got a couple ideas up my sleeve. I'm gonna put everything paint on the back burner for a little while I get the engine rebuilt, and I gotta order a couple things to, again, make this really pop. Painting's not done. Finally got my stencils from Stick It Stencils. Only took 3 weeks. These are the Lotus Petal stencils, and I have way more than I'm gonna need. I got 3 full sheets of them. I didn't realize they were gonna have so many. That's even better. That means I can practice and not worry about wasting or not having enough for the final project. So I also have this piece of chipboard. I want to practice some Lotus Petal designs on here with the airbrush and all my stuff. Everyone I know that does paint recommended Stick It Stencils to me. Not worried about the quality at all. More worried about my skill. This is the basic design of them. Just sort of like the scales with a little bit of a flare on them. Again, these are the lotus leaves or lotus petals. We are gonna go ahead and get spraying here. And I'm also gonna practice a new technique for the sunburst or the sun rays, because I think I found a better technique than what I was doing. Something that'll make it a little bit cleaner, a little bit more crisp. Alright, so there you go. That's the lotus petal. And just ignore this part. Went the wrong way. This is essentially the section I'm looking for. The ends kind of make it look dumb. Panels on the tank aren't going to be nearly this wide. Not too worried about that. So yeah, let me try a couple other things here. Well, I had some pretty sweet sun rays going until I ripped the tape off, and it ripped half the fucker off. Alright, so that's going to do it for practice paint, or paint practice, or whatever you want to call it. Again, practice panel, not really the look I'm going for. I did screw it up, but that's exactly what I wanted it for, because if I would have jumped right into painting the tank and fender and stuff that way, I would have been very displeased with it. Again, learned a lot, managed to figure out exactly what I want, get the stuff that I need to get that result. Yeah, that practice panel was definitely a lifesaver, and again, it was only like $6 and it used very little paint. Definitely glad I did that. And I also got some airbrush practice. So yeah, next time we're painting, we're gonna be painting the actual bike. Still waiting on the frame to get back from powder coat. It should be ready any day now. As soon as that's back, it's gonna get put in the corner with a plastic sheet over it, and it's not gonna get touched until the engine's rebuilt, the carb is rebuilt, and everything's painted. And then around that time, it'll be time to reassemble. And the front end still needs rebuilt. Still waiting on my forks to get back from the guy out in Oregon. They're on their way here, should be here in a couple days. I guess it's time to rebuild an Evo engine.